I hate the sun. It burns me, and it's really hot where I live.
Sun is a deadly laser.
That's right, Billrits. The sun is a criminal. It causes sunburns, skin damage, and gives you cancer. The players of Build the Boat for a Treasure are exposed to these dangers every day, every second, every block they place. They build their boats without any shade, exposed to these dangers every time they're on their plot. Just imagine how fucking hot it is for these LEGO characters.
As scientists search for new ways to keep the planet from overheating, scientists at the Planetary Sunshade Foundation say that they are building a prototype that would place a giant sun shield in orbit.
What if the fix for
Researchers say
Earth's overheating is a giant sunshade in space?
I can do that. And build a boat. So I began researching ways to protect the entire map with a giant roof. But how will we deploy it? First, I saw this really fucking cool video of solar panels being deployed in space. So I tried making a scissor mechanism. Never mind, it was laggy, unstable, and way too complex for deployment. Then I tried just using walls with the layers stacked on top of each other. I couldn't perfectly rotate the walls 90 degrees. So I tried timing it with delay blocks, stopping the rotation when it reached 90 degrees. But it wasn't perfect. It always overshot or undershot. We have to strive for perfection. Servos were stronger and cleaner, but one servo only rotates 90 degrees. I need 180 degrees with this shitty design. So I stacked them, and it's still bad. So I tried rigging it in a way more sophisticated way with these bar blocks. And it worked! Except when I actually added weights. It was still bad. So servos were out of the equation. So what could I do now? Servos couldn't be used. But I can't give up on the people who build the boat. They don't deserve to die from that evil sun. After I spent 3 days playing Midnight Racing, I finally realized that it wasn't the servos that were shit. It was the design itself. So I sacrificed the deployment looking cool and made a way simpler design. Something that could only rotate 90 degrees and would work all the time. That's right, we're gonna build the Freedom Tower. So this part loads vertically, then rotates 90 degrees to the stages. I also used a lot of servos on this base, because one servo wouldn't be able to handle this amount of blocks. I didn't have enough servos to actually do it, so we had to resort to the magic of duplication. Also, fun fact! In Build a Boat, you can't save giant builds when it's outside your plot, but when the center of the block is in your plot, then the edges of the block can extend way beyond your plot and is able to be saved and load. So that's what I did for these two extending parts. The first stack I made was actually too tall for what I was aiming for, so I cut it. So the main extensions are done, but will it work? Just look at that deployment. It's fucking beautiful. The roof deploys, covers the map, and I feel like a god. But there are still gaps. But vanto, shouldn't this just be a sunroof? No, I want to add walls. For the walls, I use pistons. For simplicity, I spent around an hour just extending and retracting pistons to see how long they should be. I also duplicated that to the other side. Oh no, 2 more gaps. This one near the stages and one on white team. So yeah, I duplicated the same plane horizontally and placed it on my plot. I did this way too many times than I should have because I kept dying and fucking the duplication process. Now for the stage wall, we have to use pistons. A lot of pistons. We extend the pistons downwards and onto the stages. I had to use double the pistons because I was afraid it would bend down over. So again, I spent some time tuning it and that's all the gaps covered. My private server expired, so I had to test deployment in a public server. It broke. Well, that's just embarrassing. So I solved the deployment by turning collision off with the whole build, anchoring and turning collision back on, and subscribing to this YouTube channel. So I did a few final touches painting this and that, and yeah. And now, built with 21,258 metal blocks, 155 duplicated servos, 317 duplicated pistons, a ton of these things, and a lot of hours spent building, I finally have my own personal dome. I mean a sunshade over the map of Build a Boat. And as with every invention, public perception is important. So we have to ask the people of this boat game what they think. And also, if you're hearing chickens in the background, well, I fucking hate them. I hope editor Vanto can fix it. As I approach these citizens to ask them about our invention, these motherfuckers blew me up. Well, we will not be tolerating bullying. Our second respondent is this young man building a boat. Crazy, right?
Why are you building a boat? Also, do you hate the sun?
I don't know.
Yes or no?
Nope.
Well, maybe he just doesn't understand the greatness of my personal sun dome. Here's Matcha. I don't know who he is, but he let me in white team. I told him not to touch any buttons. Guess what he did? Anyways, I revealed to him my great invention. It seems like he was so impressed that he couldn't even properly answer my questions. But he gets a free pass for being nice enough to me. That was intentional. So, we surveyed 3 players. That's a lot of data. But the results were disappointing. It seems like the people who build a boat for treasure just doesn't appreciate what we're doing for them. That's their loss. Well, let's load them up. Well, honestly, too much sun can mess you up. We're talking sunburns, skin damage, and yeah, of course, cancer. So if you're gonna be outside, put on some sunscreen and stay hydrated always. Like and subscribe.